it will also completely rejuvenate their hit points. So if they're almost dead and they get that 15th hit off, they will split and do it. However, 15 hits is insane, and I guess it needs to be, because that would be pretty crazy if it was anything less than that. But it's just it's hard to get those 15 hits, and it has to be on a neutral or hostile unit. So it can be on a creep, or it can be on, you know, your enemy. I tried play testing it, seeing if it could be on your own units or if it could be on buildings or something like that, but it can't. It has to be on a unit that is a neutral or hostile, you know, just a creep or something, to get those hits off on it. So it takes a long time to do it. I played without any opponent, and I was able to get 4 lava spawns out at level 1, running from creep camp to creep camp early on. But, you know, by the time I was able to actually do anything with them, the other spawns were kind of breaking down, and I wasn't able to make that push in time. So I'm sure it can be done. I'm sure someone who has spent more time working with the Fire Lord can maybe make it happen, but it's just that it's a lot to expect to make the Fire Lord Fire Lord better than the Beastmaster in regards to those summons. They do, I believe, more damage, and again, that split thing is the biggest thing. No, actually, they don't do that much more damage, I don't believe, than the Quill Beast. So, all in all, Quill Beast is definitely a better way to go for this situation, I believe. However, I have done this successfully with the Fire Lord. Again, it's just that staying power, being able to sit there with your Archmage. You think about that too. He's going to have the Brilliance on to resummon those lava spawns himself, and then if they can get that 15th hit off to split. But then, even that, they're summoned, they're going to be dispelled. There's so many bad things and counters that Orc would have in this matchup that it makes the Fire Lord such a bad situation for this. Alright, I know that the replay's over. You guys can go ahead and get the second replay, which is going to be Lin versus THOOO, paused at the 5-minute and 30-second mark. I will do the same, and I will continue ranting here as soon as I get this loaded. Hopefully I won't miss him. Maybe we can play some more Mariah Carey or something, who knows. No, I won't kill you guys. Lin versus THOO, alright. Another interesting fact, I guess, for this, when I was talking about it, Lin actually wins MGC, which is known as Make Games Colorful, is a tournament, International Warcraft 3 tournament. I'm looking at the loading screen right now, and you can actually see a picture of THOO there. Wow, I didn't know that's what he looked like on the loading screen. Now, somewhere on the forums, I know somebody made a custom picture of that load screen that was all blank without any observer spots, so if you wanted that as your wallpaper or something, I think it can be found on the forums. If I find it by the time I decide to post this, I'll include that link in the zip file, but if not, oh well. I will include links, however, to the original postings of these games to buy. Oh shoot, I don't remember who posted them. I'm usually pretty good at writing that down. And I'll also link to GoShock, who did the, I hope that's how you say his name, who did coverage of this, the Make Games Colorful tournament and all that, so you can kind of see who was playing against who in which matchups and who was in each individual group. Anyway, Lin actually played a lot of high-end players in this, and he is on fire lately. I mean, truly, Lin fighting. I've seen a lot of people saying that in his games, but he's just been beating a lot of top players and performing very, very well. And whereas Grubby has kind of been falling off his high horse over here. I didn't mean that. Grubby doesn't have a high horse. He's actually one of the most not cocky players I've ever met or ever, you know, seen or heard about. So, I kid. I've actually met Grubby, and he's a really, really nice guy too. I'm still trying to get to the 5-minute and 30-second mark here. So some of the players that Lin beat in this competition, he beat Todd, which, other news, Todd has retired. I just saw that in the C News thing, so he's no longer, I don't know, he hasn't retired, he actually just left 4 Kings, so no longer do we have 4K Todd. I don't know if he was just frustrated at the game or with 4 Kings for some reason. He says that everything was happy, he leaves on good terms, all great things, but a lot of the Todd fanboys are now coming out of the closet. No gay reference there. About, you know, missing their poor Todd guy. Alright, I'm almost at the 5-minute and 30-second mark. So I want to pause and get right there with you guys. Okay, I'm right there at 5 minutes 30 seconds. So if you guys aren't there, go ahead and pause it right now, because I'll get it unpaused here in the next 10 seconds. So go tab out, pause the audio portion, give you a little while to get to the 5-minute 30-second mark, and then we'll unpause here in the next little bit. I'll talk a little bit more. Okay, he beat Todd, he beat Sweet, he beat Sky. Holy amazing right there. And he also beat Moon in the grand finals. 2-0'd Moon. Amazing, I think. I didn't actually watch those games, so I don't know exactly how it went down, but just wow. In one tournament, taking out so many big-name players. Sweet's one of my most favorite undead players, too, so to beat him is a big big thing for me. Beating Todd, that's a big thing. Beating Sky, some of the top 2 human players right now. And in this game, beating THOO. So that's 3 human players he had to beat in this, overcome in this tournament. Just amazing. Really shows how Orc. Even I think a lot of people are considering Orc and Undead kind of the underpowered race right now. So to have Orc win a tournament with such high-end Night Elf and human players in it just speaks volumes to say, hey, we're not the weakest race right now. And in fact, we could be considered Imba. You just gotta play us right, figure out the strategies, figure out the timing, and make it work for you. So. Alright, we're going to unpause here in 10 seconds. No, that's too long. 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, unpause. We are at 1x speed, obviously. Now, I've been speeding ahead in these replays, and just like before, there's a lot of early game stuff that happened that, I didn't feel that merited to talk about when I'm bringing on this discussion about a specific point in the game and a specific, matchup and things like that I wanted to compare. So, we did this earlier here because I wanted to point out the hero selection for these players. Obviously, we got Tauren Chieftain and a Farseer for the Orc player, which is Lyn, as opposed to that Fire Lord, which I was talking about right now. So, in attacking earlier right now, we don't necessarily have to deal with that many Tier 2 units. They're just now coming out right now. Now, this isn't very, very early, but we do have him pushing before the Orc has Ensnare, which is a pretty big thing here. However, both players don't have level 3 on their heroes right now, and a level 1 Shockwave and a level 2 Chain Lightning work very, very well at picking off at taking out footmen and peasants, taking them out really, really quickly. And without Scrolls of Healing to stick around, which you'll see right now THO doesn't have on either of his heroes, those units are going to go down very, very quickly. Just some really well-placed Shockwaves and Shade Lightnings by Lyn. Very, very good counter to this. Obviously, stopping the unit production units, the peasants. Sorry, the guard tower producing units, those peasants, and also taking out those towers. You notice most of those towers are being repaired by their peasants, so a Shockwave goes right in line, hits all those peasants, and hits those towers. Amazing, right there. Just took out one tower with that and took out most of the peons there. Actually, all the peasants are gone right now. Nice surround on the Fire Lord there, and it kind of clinches the game for him at this point. The tower rush has failed, and THO will be leaving the match relatively quickly here. So it was a really quick point to make there, but I think I kind of went over the advantages to going a Beastmaster as opposed to the Fire Lord. Obviously, there's certain situations to work out there, but the biggest things to really notice there are the timing differences. We had a later tower push as opposed to an earlier tower push, and the later one was more successful, having level 3 on his primary hero, and having going up against the heroes for the Orc player, going up against the Blade Master and Shadow Hunter, as opposed to going up against a Tauren Chieftain and Farseer in that situation. So I made my point. I don't think we have to go over this anymore. You guys continue to watch the replay, but I'm going to go ahead and continue on my rant. So if you guys are done listening to me and you don't want to listen to the rant anymore, just go ahead and exit the audio. I appreciate your time and listen to it. I think I was probably talking for a good 20 minutes about replays and strategies here, and I kind of wanted to go over this point that I just happened to think about tonight. And I hope you guys enjoyed it, and looking forward to you tuning into my next ones.